Tēnā koutou, katoa, kia ora whanau. Welcome to another live stream broadcast of the NZIHL. We are kicking off here at Paradise Avondale, the Brig. I'm super excited about this opening season weekend matchup. We've got Matt Chavez joining us all the way up from Canterbury. Thank you so much, Matt, for coming up here and being on this broadcast.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to this. This has been a matchup that's been, last year it went both ways. All 4 games last year won by the visiting team, so we want to keep that going maybe, but it came down to the very last point at the end of the season to decide the top spot and not that West Auckland won at the end of the regular season, and it came down to overtime wins and points. So right at the beginning of the season, the very first game, these are going to matter, and these are the first points that matter for the season. Really looking forward to seeing how the Devils and the Admirals come out this weekend.
Absolutely. Thanks very much, Ben. And so you were in for a very delightful first up matchup. If it's been that close last year, you don't know how this one's going to start. And for your viewing pleasure, we've got Canterbury represented here. We've got neutral myself. I'm not really attached to any particular team, even though I did represent Botany for a few years. Hey, not going to hold that against us, but we've got an excellent matchup lining up here tonight. So also, we've got a special tribute here. So this is going to be something very, very special as we welcome out the referees very shortly. Never getting any applause. That's okay. You want them to be nice and silent and quiet.
Right. But appropriate today.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will be honoring Fallen Ice Black Dale Harrop with a special presentation. Once the teams do come onto the ice, they're going to be making a kind of a circle, and then there'll be a special presentation, which we will tell you all on as this unfolds. And Canterbury they've got some different colored strips there, Matt. I haven't seen these jerseys before. Can you tell us about those?
Well, they're added some white to it just to make sure it's here. But otherwise, same old Red Devils.
He played for the Red Devils in 2007, where he played for 9 years, later joining the Admirals for the last 6 years. Please join us in a moment of silence. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Dale will be missed. It's gives us a chance to remember his career tonight, and we'll play in his honor tonight.
So here we go. Canterbury looking very fresh. I got to admire those new jerseys. They look a little bit off-putting from having lots of years of that red and black, real menacing look. As this one, the clear white strip on the shoulders does blend really well into the ice and to the boards with that white. So bit of a contrast, little different style with a lot of the black helmets. So that is very nice, looking nice and sharp. So who's starting for the Red Devils there, Matt?
This will be the the heavy lineup. Dan Reason in goal, so he'll be starting, and you'll get the normal lineup with you're going to have Chris Eden, of course, Joe Orr, and I think Dallamore's going to take the right side, and we're underway.
Fantastic. And Admirals win that opening faceoff. And Eden getting a stick. Oh, he got an elbow up a little bit early. Yep. Ellis kind of giving him a reverse check up on the boards right in front of the penalty bench. The referee, he's calling that early. Ellis getting the elbow up.
Yeah, you were right on that. It was elbow right into the chops of Chris Eden. And that's an early tone setter. I'm not sure that was intended. That just seemed to be kind of more incidental, but you're responsible for your
the elbow was definitely there. Eden, he's not a tall man. He's quite short, but he was skating low towards the puck to make that hit, and then Fraser's elbow just went right to his face. Yeah. And Red Devils, early power play here. This is within the first minute, not even the first 30 seconds of the game, Matt.
Yeah.
So we've got a great start here, especially if you're a Red Devil fan. Yeah. So Red Devils looking to set up here. Eden, he's getting harassed. Does well to put it up to the point. That's Dallimore. Is he wearing 14?
Yes, he is. That's Dallimore, and it's interesting seeing all 5 of the Red Devils on the far side of the ice to start in this power play. The spacing needs to work itself out quickly. Joe Orr with it behind.
Quick one-timer. Ooh, that almost eluded the Admirals goalkeeper here. As starting tonight is Bar Bialik. I believe that may be his very first official NZIHL start. He did play and represent the Admirals in the warm-up game against the Mako. So he is seeing his very first NZIHL start here under pressure with the power play.
I think Bialik only gave up 1 goal to the Mako, but this is a different level of talent facing him tonight.
Yeah, NZIHL rosters are stacked. They've got international, national experience. Players with that we'll get into with all sorts of experience. Now, in the second minute of the power play, the Devils here deep in their zone looking to generate their power play offense. They move the puck, but it's given away in the middle as Vesper sends it back down, and Nichols collects. He looks up ice, goes behind Daniel Reason. Feeds it left side. Is that Sysho? He's got the half visor now, and quite a dirty upper lip
Hayden
sweater.
Bull, I think.
Excuse me, Hayden Bull. All right, Hayden now wearing and rocking the half visor. I used to coach Hayden when he wore a cage. Now I see him in a half visor. This is a great transition to see. And Admirals transitioning out of their defensive zone, killing more time of that power play, down to 10 seconds here as Admirals have the puck inside Canterbury's zone. Shot here, saved by Reason, his first test. Hart trying to get another shot in. Excuse me, that's not Hart. That is number 26 for the Admirals. That's Ollie Hay.
Yep. So
Ollie Hay.
Yes, I was going to
bring
that up.
Am I reading that correctly?
You are reading that correctly. You should.
I'm looking. I'm like that's not right. Is that true?
That is absolutely right. If you here, let me show you. Mr. Hay has joined the Admirals this season. I thought that might shock you, but
it certainly has. I looked. I thought that it was another player for the Admirals. Clearly, and it said a Hay. There's a few Hays that play in this league, and I did not expect them to be on the Admirals. That is for sure. Eden gets taken down. No call there. He gets his feet taken down. Someone who does draw an awful lot of penalties in this league, naturally, when you're the top point scorer.
Yep.
He would get some attention.
Led the points last year, 9 goals, 19 assists. So everybody's looking at him, but he's passing a lot more lately.
As Bar Bialik senses that danger and decides, I'm going to hold on to this, as Eden and the newcomer to the Admirals, as we mentioned, Oliver Hay, wearing number 26 for the Admirals. I got to take a moment just to get over that.
Yeah, that's quite a shift, and it's going to be a costly one for Botany. But for right now, This is a big win for the Admirals to put him on the ice.
Oh, yeah, it looks like he was playing in that defensive position. And also he would be joining into his brother-in-law's team, if we can say that as well, with Jordan Chalice, another former Swarm. The Admirals having a lot of weapons on their team. So we're back 5-on-5. We've got 16 minutes, 46 seconds here. Red Devils coming up that wall is Anton Perver, long-serving member of that Devils team. Possibly one of the longest serving as well, Matt.
Yep.
Quick centering, and we got a shot from the point. No, it's fanned on, blocked by Zach Steven. Devils still putting pressure on here. Saisho puts it in front, shot on, save Bialik. Perver with it right behind the side of the net there. Gets taken down, and Admirals managed to clear, sending the puck all the way down the ice.
I don't know if this will go for icing or not. It should, because it was out of reach, and it does, so the Admirals stay out on the ice. There was a stick on the ice, too, that needs to be collected. We'll figure out whose that was, but that was an interesting option for Mason Reese right in the slot. Tried to get a quick wrister off and fanned on it, but it got behind, and Perver doing his best to try to get it out front, and it generated more offense for the Red Devils, and they continue on in the offensive zone with Orr. And the referee saying, I guess he's ready. There we go.
And Orr wins that faceoff. Eden, quick shot blocked there by one of the Steven boys. Sorry, that's Quigley. A lot of newcomers here on this Admirals team. Speaking of a Steven, that's Ben Steven. He jostles with Eden. That puck squirts into the middle of the ice. Back to Eden, down low, shot, backhand, save, rebound. Oh, goes directly over the net there by Orr. That could have been another danger opportunity there for the Devils. Devils coming out hard here, looking to get that first goal. That's Lowe. Is it Joshua Lowe? Or is he
Josh Lowe,
Josh Lowe, right. Okay, so Josh gets that in there. Pass it into the middle, over to Orr on that right side. Puts it down low. Doesn't get it to Eden. Hayward Jones, that's Flynn. Gets harassed by Eden, taken away. Shot. Oh, and he just missed on the backhand, going across the grain. As it's been all Devils so far since that power play. The Admirals streak back. It's Diggles, gets a shot, and he shoots, scores! 5-hole! And that is a goal, 1-0 lead for the Admirals. Andy Hart passes to Justin Daig, firing at 5-hole. Sustained pressure on the other side. They come right away. Admirals score 1-0.
Well, Daigle's one of the best scorers in the league last year. He also had 9 goals, 13 assists, and he's going to add one to his tally, open his account this year. And what you saw there was against the run of play, but it was also the Red Devils not getting back in defense. They had leaned too far forward, and the Admirals caught him on a 2-on-1 and paid it off.
Yeah, definitely on that offensive attack, and they were in that O-zone mode all the way through that. In that sequence of play, odd man rush, 2-on-1, they paid for it. And Daigle with a very accurate 5-hole shot, too, beating Dan Reason low. So they'll be looking to tighten up that 5-hole as this game goes on. So Ellis, for the Admirals, dumps it in. Oh, takes a bit of an Avondale bounce off the Zamboni door right to Reason. He steers that aside. But the Red Devils looking to come back here as they are back in their own zone. That's George Hopkins, D, getting harassed by Ellis. Gives it to Nichols. Nichols off the glass, out of play. Back to the beard. Gareth McLeish, he's rocking that massive beard, so he puts it over to Regan. Regan elects to go back in his own zone. Gets hit by Saisho. Admirals managed to get the puck out of their zone. Vesper drops it for Henry. Henry, wrist shot, saved by Reason. Puts the glove on it. Stops play.
Yeah, you've immediately seen the adjustment the Red Devils have made. Instead of 2 back, you're seeing the left wing kind of hang back, and you're seeing 3 players get behind the blue line as soon as the puck kind of crosses the center ice. So it's a more defensive look because they got caught off. The adjustment being made by Coach Korzoff.
Admirals get the draw here. Puck's in front. It's in behind Reason, and they score again. The Admirals double it up 2-0. First 6 minutes of the game, that looked like Sistroni in front. Number 15 for the Admirals. We get the live replay brought to you by The Rock. Puck squirts off Henry. He backhands it to the middle. Kind of fighting for position. Sistroni battling 2 Red Devils. Out-muscles them and puts it in that open goal.
Yeah, this is not a good start for the Red Devils in the sense that they've been good offensively, but that's only half the game. So we'll see how how they adjust, because the Admirals with a 2-goal lead, that's a pretty big deal.
This early on too,
in
this first period, that's going to be a confidence potentially breaker. The Red Devils will definitely have to regroup a bit here, and they've sent out the Dallimore line. He's got Orr and Lowe and Eden. So again, back to their top line, looking for a response. And that's Mason Kennedy. Puts it up the wall to Scott Henry. Scott sends it in neutral ice area. Doesn't get onto Vespers, so the Red Devils regroup. Up towards Eden. He just chips it around Taylor Kennedy. They jostle for it. It seems like Hay is going to see a lot of Eden, or Eden sees a lot of Ollie Hay tonight as they come together again. Tap and shot, wrist shot from the point, and Bialik holds on to that one.
Yeah, a good way to stop play there for the Red Devils and keep everything in front of them. That was finally good rotation around the back and getting an option from the point. But just that simple wrister, if Bialik's not going to give up any rebounds, and he's probably not if you're going to see it that far, that's not going to work out for the team in red.
Yeah, they might need to put some bodies in front of it, or at least try to get for a shot pass or a shot deflection, something that you see an awful lot of in the Stanley Cup playoffs right now. Stuff is just dirty goals, nothing super clean, and if it does go in clean, then it's certainly earned. And you got to earn every little inch of ice here. 16-game season, very short that we play here in New Zealand. Bar Bialik elects to poke check the puck away right to number 33. That's Lachlan Hodge. He managed to get another shot out. Oh, just missed again. So the Devils coming back out on attack. Nichols' hard shot from the point right to the glove of Bialik. With a little bit of traffic in front, Matt, but nothing too dangerous that he couldn't see it to stop it.
No, again, good spacing and maintenance by the Admirals in order to keep Bialik's lines of sight wide open, so that's good for him.
And he's only faced registered 4 shots, but those have been quite dangerous shots early on, so he's going to be standing tall to look to backstop the Admirals in this first period of play. So we've got 12 minutes here, Matt, and that puck squirts up in the air.
Yeah, nice
Players
and high there.
Daigle puts it up in the middle now to Moses. Moses 1-on-2, puts it across in the middle, shot. Bit of a weak wrister by Tyon, number 20.
Yeah,
and Reason makes a save.
Yeah, it was a good thing that Reason was able to kind of get that weaker shot, because Reese and Perver kind of didn't decide who was going to take their man there, and it gave another opportunity to the Admirals.
Yeah, sorry, that was Ben Taylor, folks, number 20. He did score a couple of goals in the games against Mako in the preseason. So, again, a lot of players looking to gun on that score sheet in what is a relatively high-scoring league here in New Zealand. So goaltenders' save percentages are a little bit high, as there is some definite offensive talent out there in New Zealand. And speaking of Taylor, he gets it here, takes a shot. That's blocked by the captain, Anton Perver, wearing 61 for the Red Devils. Up to Eden. He just seems like he never gets off the ice. He's on possibly double shifting here.
It feels like he's always doubling out there.
So Ben Taylor puts it up the wall. He hits Orr. Plays it back to Daigle. Daigle goes in behind the net, over to Flynn Hayward-Jones. Up the middle, quite nice breakout, I should say, but Moses was behind the red line, and he tipped that before the red line, and that will result in an icing charge coming back the other way against the Admirals.
Yeah, Red Devils looking, they're getting their sea legs, that's for sure. And I mean, I can also vouch that they were a little late on the plane ride coming in here, but that doesn't do anything for how these guys are coached. Anatoly does a great job with them, but they do need to kind of get their execution going. Shot with that was a seeing eye puck there for him. I'm very impressed with that. Nobody saw that save, but very nice by Barr.
Yeah, because Dallimore got a stick on that with a good redirect, and Bialik was there to manage. I don't know if he even saw it. He was just in a good positional spot. Often goalies, if they can't see it, do need to be in a good position to stop that puck. Because if you look at Barr, he's quite a tall netminder. He'd be over 6 foot tall by the looks of it. Yeah. Possibly the same for Dan Reason. They're both really tall, take up a lot of net.
Yeah.
And it is an area that we need to identify as super important. They're on the longest. They need the most attention. They often can be, lauded, or they can be, certainly the scapegoat.
Absolutely. But Bialik was definitely in the right spot there.
So new import, Riley Smith sends it all the way across ice to Andy Hart, who gives it to Ellis, has his shot blocked, and Devils come out the other way. That's Sean Brown, who's got it taken off him. So a lot of good takeaways straight away in this game. Smith Gets it taken off him by Nichols. Nichols up the wall. Doesn't get cleared, so shot on by McLeish. And just chipped out of the zone by Lachlan Hodge. Regan looking to go through the middle.
There it is.
That's a high stick by that young man, Lachlan Hodge. And then Nichols touched it up. That will stop play and have a face-off just outside of the Red Devils' blue line.
Yeah, that was played intentionally by Nichols, but it was at neutral ice. So it does keep it out, which is probably best for everybody to set up for kind of a more neutral start here. And the Admirals are winning a lot of face-offs thus far.
Yeah, that's true. Like, Perver actually won that back, but his wingers didn't hold off to block the Admirals getting through, and then the Admirals were able to jump on that first. So that, I mean, you can win a face-off back, but if your team doesn't jump on the puck first, you're not going to hold on to it.
Yeah, the possession really after the face-off is more important than the stat of face-off wins itself.
Couldn't agree more. And the Devils going to work here in the Admiral zone. They kind of play ping pong with the puck and give it away, and they got to chase it back. And on his horse there is number 27. That's Mason Reese. Hits the skate of Syshow. Gets in the lane of Sestrone as the defender. Hopkins can step up, but he's again forced to retreat back. A little bit of the MO so far as the Devils' attack is going backwards to go forwards. So we'll see if they can make some adjustments to come up to get into that neutral ice. Devils just chip it into the area, and that's gloved down by Zachary Stephen up to Caleb Chamberlain. Puts it in the middle for Ollie Hay, going on, looked like playing in that forward center spot, so maybe he's playing as a center now, not a defender.
I think Ollie Hay plays wherever he wants to for the most part.
Yeah, quite streaky, super fast. And speaking of fast, Caleb Chamberlain putting lots of pressure on the Devils here. Or 2-on-2 forming. He looks like, oh, and it was just a touch offside.
Or took
great
himself
move.
offside, yeah.
He had an excellent toe drag there. He just couldn't pull that puck back to his stick to get in onside. Kind of put everybody else offside. So watch, he has it in his feet here, and he goes to, a little bit behind him. He just left it. Gave you the benefit of it out there. So Devils tapping.
Another funny bounce. A lot of those so far.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it could be one of the pucks quite frozen enough for it's just a little bit rubbery and
it's
bouncy.
A warm day, honestly, which was not really expected.
Well, we haven't had that up in Auckland too much. Canterbury's been getting the sunshine the previous couple of weeks, but certainly not up here in Auckland.
We brought the sunshine.
Well, you're brightening up some people's days, that's for sure. Devils, good sidestep there by Orr as he manages to elude a hit. Puts it over to Eden, waiting at his kind of office by the other team's blue line. Scores an awful lot of, he is harassed right away. They know the danger he possesses, so they want to converge on him. And that is behind the net.
Sean Brown.
Sean Brown, thank you. Just couldn't see his numbers.
And Hodge digging that one out with a good work 2-on-1 against the offense there. That was a very dicey shot there that almost went out directly for the defense, but it hit the very top of the low glass here.
Yeah, so Harry Lowe getting lucky off the glass, because that glass you mentioned is low in that spot. Tough for opposing teams if they're not used to playing here. Sending it up too high, getting a potential delay of game call. Nichols muscling away. Ooh, and he takes a knee there by Hayward. Oh, that's by Moses. Nothing called right in front of the ref. He goes down. He was lumbering a little bit. 3-on-2 the other way for the Devils. Devils in the middle. Nichols with a shot here. It goes wide of the net. He had everything to shoot at, but that goes wide. Missed opportunity there. Definitely wants that one back.
I think Nichols is pretty winded in the whole situation, and that may have played a part in missing that target.
Good setup, though, by the Devils. In that 3-on-2, they set it up perfectly, hitting that high man. Both wingers going down low. As Admirals try to get out of their own zone. Good pace to this game. A lot of physicality as well as we get another hit at center ice between both benches. McLeish forced to go back. He goes on the back end. Up to Ellis. Ellis cuts in the middle dangerously, moving out of the way of Syshow. Floats a pass. That should be icing, and it is. He won't be able to change back into the Admirals' territory.
Syshow with some good play up on the midboards over on our side of the ice. And let's see that Nichols shot again. Nichols taking
Where
that
does he
risk.
go?
I don't, I
He
actually
just missed the goal.
maybe from our angle, I think that might have been
A
deflected.
deflection off of his own man, or just
Well, no,
a
I
little
actually
bit
think
wide
it
off
was
the
saved.
post? Saved. Okay.
I think it was saved. He's just we're in a funny angle to see that, but
Because if you're shooting from the center of the ice in the middle of the hash marks, you're not missing the net from there normally. So again, Nichols certainly more than talented enough. I know that Nichols can hit the net. I played with the man.
I've seen him break a stick coming in. He's got a shot.
And you want to move out of the way when he shoots too, because
Yeah.
he's got a heavy shot
Yep.
for such a big man.
Yeah, I think it just kind of hit. It might have hit Bailick's blocker, and we didn't see it because of where that was. But if he did miss,
They got a good piece of it, that's for sure.
yeah, we'll just assume that he was on target there because that would have been a pretty big miss. But Super Dan is usually on target, so we'll give him the break there.
And a break up the middle as we break out of the zone. That is HLO, so
Yeah, that's
he
Harry.
is Harry right on. And Dago for the Admirals skating up. Kind of loses it when the referee skates to Eden. Somebody he'll battle with an awful lot, Riley Smith. That's the new import that the Devils have got. See how he fares in his first NZIHL game. Red Devils keeping the puck in here. Battle on the wall. Hayward Jones comes in to clean it up. He's met there by Josh Lowe. Ellis feeds a pass to a streaking Dago, but Dallimore gets a stick in that passing lane. Interrupts that, and now the Devils getting forechecked pretty hard here by the Admirals. A little bit suffocating. Dago cross over to Hayward Jones. Hayward Jones gets into neutral ice. Chips it off the linesman. Gets it down to Vesper. Vesper, contacts made there. But Josh Lowe manages to get it up out of the zone. Streaking is Dallimore. It could be a
fast.
2-on-2. Dallimore takes the shot. Saved by Bialik. And Orr crashing the net hard. And Admirals get out of danger there as they manage to stop that 2-on-1-ish, 2-on-2 and ice the puck back down to their zone. So again, end-to-end action here in NZIHL.
Yeah.
That puck squirts over the defender's stick, and then that leads to this 2-on-1.
I really want to see the play here up the slot because it looked like a bit of a hold on 28 there, and maybe that was a little after the
After
puck
that
had been
pass
there,
had come
yeah.
through, so he just gets stick
Yep.
down. If there's a few requirements for any type of, well, for a penalty shot, there's actually 5 of them. We can go through those later, but that was pretty close to being by himself.
Yep, close, but I was looking more for a hold there.
If
I
he
guess.
got underneath him or
Yeah.
on top of him.
But no call is a good call there, and that's fine. But yeah, it looked a little closer in real time than it did in the replay.
So Nichols goes in behind the net to his D partner. And he takes a large hit by Vesper, going a little bit late. Another 3-on-2 shaping up here for the Devils from that left side to the middle. Shot. And that's met by Bialik with a nice positional save, getting his chest protector in front of that one. And Admirals clear. Nichols sends it right back in. Gloved up by,
That just stayed in by Kennedy.
yeah, Kennedy. So he put his hand up to stop that puck going in. And both teams make some changes. Admirals up to Rooney. Rooney, cross-ice feed. Real high pass. Not sure why that's not an icing call, but we play on. So collected by Hopkins. Tries to get it up the zone. Doesn't get out top. He'll have another chance here. Chips it off the wall. Not cleared. So Devils having a challenge getting out of their zone. They're doing well to send it up to their man on the wall, but they're just not getting it through. They do now. Chamberlain. Up the boards. Out of the reach of Rooney. So that's Mason Reeves. Forced on the backhand. Tough to do sometimes when you're under pressure. Chamberlain back down low. And the Devils throw it up the wall. Reese to Kennedy, but Kennedy's there. Sends it to Rooney. Rooney in front. Puck is loose in the middle. And the Devils clear. The Kennedy brothers at the back. That's Mason. Over to his brother Taylor. Taylor back to Mason. Mason looking up ice. Puts it up, but doesn't reach his target. Red Devils the other way, low. Up to Orr. Gets a bit of a hand slap there and comes in hard to the net. Takes a big check from towards the head. Again, the referee saying nope, no call. And they play on. So Quigley gets his stick lifted. So again, end-to-end action with the referee's hands clearly in the pocket. And we've got 2 minutes, 46 seconds in the first period. Score is 2-0 to the Auckland Admirals over the visiting Canterbury Red Devils. Devils trying to get it out of their zone here to go back up on attack. Eden gets it up the middle to Orr. Orr with Dallimore. Dallimore back to Orr. He's available. Oh, what a poke check save out of danger by Bialik. He could have been out to lunch. Devils looking for that first goal here.
And without that good play, it was going right back to Dallimore with an empty
For
net.
an easy tap in. That would have been read very well by Bialik. Smith now. Quick transition the other way. Good stick lift. Good back check there by that Red Devils number 93, Hayden Bull.
Yep.
Good timing with that stick check. So Brown sending it. There's a little touch there by the Devils, so no offside or icing. Bull has it taken away by Ellis. Bull must have grown a foot since the last time I seen him. It's just
he does look taller, doesn't
now.
he? Yeah. It's the white shoulders.
Okay, let's go with that. Height, that's something. If you see it, it's there. Like that doesn't change. And on skates, you're a lot taller. Ellis being pressured, puts it down low behind Reason's net. And Canterbury get to it first. Then they do well to chip that up out of the zone. Could go down for icing. Doesn't quite reach that red line, so the linesman says no. Daigle goes up the middle. Perver's there, takes it away nicely. Elects to go back to the middle. Little dangerous as 81. 81. He was under pressure. That's Harry. And Hayward Jones puts it up to Daigle on the wall. He gets it past his defender, Willis. It's for the last minute of play in the first period here. Again, real good pace to this game. It is, and a bit of a takeout underneath with the feet. But once again, Matt, play does continue as the referee's letting a little bit go here. As Regan, he gets up through the middle. Nope, he's stopped. He's put down in by Leopard, Finn Leopard.
Yes.
Is he an import player? Yes. Or is he, okay. So here we are, Vesper coming on the back end. Puts it in the middle, nothing there.
Another good stick lift there, that saved a goal.
So maybe we'll talk at the break as Sestroni comes through as for the import players on this Devil lineup as Reason holds on with 12 seconds remaining in that first period. 2-0 is the score here, folks, with the Admirals up against the Red Devils. Here's that 2-on-1. Here we are. He elects to go back. He could have shot it, but Barr sees that there's danger cutting across on that open side, knowing that he's going to have giving up a lot of net. But poke checking there is a great option, keeping his team at in this game with 2-goal lead. So Chamberlain takes a quick shot just wide. Rooney takes another shot on net, tipped in front, and that will do it for the very first period. Scoreline again, Admirals 2, Red Devils nothing. What are your thoughts so far there, Matt?
It's funny. For a 2-goal lead, it feels like there were two good opportunities. The Admirals took both opportunities, buried the puck in the net. And they did exactly what they needed to do, but they didn't get much more of it didn't feel slanted ice. It didn't feel like the Admirals scored 2 out of their 5 good opportunities. They were very efficient. And by doing so, they've got this lead. But the Red Devils, they can't really be feeling too sorry for themselves in the fact that they're still well in this game. They just haven't been able to close those shots. So law of averages, it feels like something's going to come back, especially with that first line.
Oh, that's right. And they had that early power play to start the game. It was 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds in. They're straight on the power play. That's like, whoa, okay, let's take our opportunities when we're given them. Didn't get one there, but then the Admirals, as soon as they killed that power play, or the penalty, and then they came down and then they got that goal. It just kind of gave them that extra bit of momentum, and now they're up by 2. It's not like the Red Devils have given them heaps. It's just been very close, very fast, good tight checking game, a lot of stick lifts. So they're both getting into the feel of things for this NZIHL opening weekend game. So
and Fraser Ellis, he had that elbow early on, and it's almost as if I were coaching or looking at the team, they almost got the penalty too early. They got out there and said, oh yeah, we got to do the power play. And then 2 minutes go by, and they're kind of gassed, and it turns around and costs them a goal. So, I mean, we've seen that in the NHL several times with shorthanded goals, and I think Carolina's been excellent with pulling that off. Same situation here. It's you get started, and it's, I think it was 2-0 after 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So from that point forward, everything seems to be pretty nip and tuck. So I don't think I'd be too worried at 2-0, but they do have to get something on the board and beat Bialik at some point
to get something by
him, just to get the feel going. And then I think the lid's going to come off this one. It wouldn't surprise me to see 8 or 9 goals total.
Wow,
yep.
That is a huge call. 8 or 9 goals. You heard it here, folks, from our visiting Canterbury commentator, Matt. That is phenomenal. I would love to see that. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
Excellent. I'd love to see the offense, but the way Barr's playing right now, he's putting up a goose egg after one period of play. He's got 7 shots. I'd say they are very quality shots.
Yep.
So a lot more to come in this second period. Stay tuned to this NZIHL broadcast. I'm Ian Wanamaker, joined by Matt Chavez from Canterbury. Looking forward to calling you that second period action. We're going to take a break. Stay with us soon. Kia ora whānau, welcome back to Paradise Avondale here in Tamaki Makaurau, Aotearoa, New Zealand. I'm Ian Wanamaker, joined alongside Matt Chavez. We are calling the NZIHL action home opener for the West Auckland Admirals and also the opening weekend of this NZIHL competition for New Zealand. So, Matt, we've got a 2-0 game currently after one period of play.
Yep.
Admirals up against the Red Devils. What are your thoughts so far after that one period?
So my thoughts so far are the Admirals are playing a very solid and structured game so far. They look very comfortable at home. Bialik starting for the first time looks extraordinarily comfortable, and part of that is down to the Red Devils not putting too much pressure in front of him to this point. And the Admirals, like we said before, I think they've had two really good opportunities that buried both of them.
Yeah, so they're making the most of their chances.
They are definitely efficient, and a 2-goal lead doesn't really scare the Red Devils too much at this point.
Yeah, they got a high offensive team.
They do. They have a lot of opportunity and firepower, but they have to make use of it, especially on the short lines, short shifts on the second period.
Yeah, no question.
And get the shifts and get the transitions in and out of line changes better this period.
Yeah, that has to be on point too, and give reason, because he is I think he's world-class goalie. I love his style. I think he's a great, kind of a new find for Canterbury. I know he's played heaps for inline out of the Wellington Capital Penguins inline hockey club and won championships there, but Admirals, they got that penalty early. It was 15 seconds into the game, so
yep.
Maybe that was, again, unexpected, but not able to capitalize. Might have hurt the Red Devils' confidence a bit. And then we went into having a 1-0 lead where, on equal strength, Daigle came down, got that pass across from Andy Hart, and that started the scoring off. And then not even a minute 10 later, they scored again, the Admirals. So Sestroni got a pass from Taylor Kennedy, and there you are. We're back underway, folks. Puck drops, and Dalmore wins the draw back to Tappan. Over to Josh Lowe. Goes up, pass through neutral ice, and Daigle goes back with that rolling puck. And he drops it behind the net to Hayward Jones. Quite a good combination of defenders there. And Riley Smith. So the Admirals starting with their top line here. Ellis gains the line. Shot. Good hard slap shot that Reason sees all the way and gloves that down.
Yeah, it was a bit off target. He chose to glove it anyways as opposed to continuing play. 2 on the forecheck are for the Red Devils up high. It'll be interesting to see if they keep that up, because it's, again, starting the period off very aggressively in their makeup for the positioning on the ice.
Yeah, we noticed there too when that shot came through, as another shot comes through on Reason, he holds on. Luke Tappan, number 22, he decided to move out of the way of the shot so that his goaltender could see that puck. Mm-hmm. Sometimes defenders try to deflect it, and that can also take a redirect and end up in the back of your net.
All sorts of things. Tappan going to get a hold of this back to Eden, but turned around to Hayward Jones. And scary opportunity yet again. That's 3 for the Admirals already this period, but none of them have gone through.
Yeah, it's this tight battle. And it comes back down to those face-offs, winning puck possession early. And the Devils do well here to get it out of the zone. But Smith is there to collect that puck, drops it to Justin Daig. Daig decides to curl back. And goes on the backhand, puts it up. Doesn't get anywhere to his pass intended person, and Tappan goes over to Brown. Brown sends it over, but just again, the pass a little bit wobbly, maybe just a touch over the stick for Harry Lowe.
Yeah, and Day going and chasing that down. I thought that was that was right on the edge of being icing as that puck was slowing down, but the referees gave that to the Admirals, and here we go with a face-off near Reason again.
And Vesper and Boole line up, and Vesper wins it. It goes into the skates. Shot, scores! Henry with a laser off the bar and in. 3-0 Auckland Admirals. Wow.
Well, and that's where you see cause and effect, where you see an icing call go all the way down. You have tired legs. The Red Devils have to defend right in front of Reason in a defensive zone face-off. That puck takes a funny bounce, and Henry gets the shot, and just like that, we're singing the Rangers song in here at 3-0.
Wow, man, that was unbelievably quick, too. Like, Henry saw that puck, went right in after it, and lasered it up into that top corner. And there was a partial screen, too, so Reason couldn't even see that puck until it was all behind him.
Shot in. That was off his cage there. It hit both his mask and glove.
Goodness. So straight back on attack are the Admirals. They are not looking to give the Red Devils any form of breathing room. As the score here is 3-0. Admirals looking like they're trying to go for the far stretch pass, and that's an icing. So that's going to come back to the other end. Hopefully the Devils here take a breath and then get back into it. As this was shot, man, Sistroni gets a hold of it, and boom, right off the glove and helmet of Reason, as that puck was a high riser.
It was, and it's lucky that it did hit the glove before it hit the mask. That would have been a
slow it down
real
a bit.
Bell ringer for Reason. Bad face-off, you're going to do it again. But that's, again, you've got high-paced shots, good efficient play by the Admirals out in front, taking their chances when they're there. And one of them paid off again. I'd say 3 out of 4 now have paid off, but they've had 4 good chances.
Yeah, those high-scoring opportunities, and they are making the most of them. So Devils going to have to do the same if they want to claw back a little bit. They are down by 3. We are only at 18 minutes in this second period, so lots of hockey to be played. Red Devils looking to get on that board. They are on it now. That's Perver digging it in. It goes up top. Shot from the point. Doesn't get cleanly through. Deflected away by Sistroni.
But it's good to see Hopkins taking that shot from the point. Reese holding it in, too. This is the first sustained possession the Red Devils have had in this period.
And it is broken up, but it gets the center, and that's brought back in by
it's going to stop play
Reese.
there. Reese got knocked right into the gate. You might see in the on the left side of your screen that thing just popped open, and that's really not something that should happen in a rink at all. But it's they stop play for player safety, obviously.
Oh, absolutely. He just gets hit quite hard into that sideboard, and then all that force and that impact manages to pop that door open. So luckily there are no fans sitting directly behind that gate. There are seating in behind it, but not occupied currently. So this does look close to sellout crowd here. This place is absolutely packed.
And they should. It's a very good team here at West Auckland.
So here's Dallimore. He's coming up from his own end. Nice pass all the way up to Eden. In the middle shot. Oh, great play there again. Red Devils looking to get on it. And Eden here all alone by himself in front. Shot and blocked there by Bialik as Eden was 1-on-0 by himself going backwards. Could have gone in a little closer. Didn't get it where he wanted, though.
Yeah, he just couldn't get it up over the pads here. And,
he was going down.
He was going down at the time, and he couldn't get it under the puck. He was going as much as he could to get that puck up, hit the high shelf, knock the Gatorade bottle off, but no luck for him there. A good opportunity by the boards.
Shot from the point
Nichols!
And a goal. Wow, from the point, Nichols with a rolling seeing eye puck shot. It's in behind Bialik. I don't know if he saw it. Now we have got a game here, folks. 3-1 is the scoreline as Canterbury comes back into it. Rolling puck, hammer time by Nichols. Partial screen, and that is in for the Red Devils.
Yeah, I don't think I just have to think Bialik didn't see it with the it was actually a slow shot because of the way it kind of came up the blade as Nichols shot that in. But puck's on nets, and the Red Devils finally crack Bialik for the first goal of the afternoon.
And right in the attacking zone again as Sean Brown, wrist shot from the point. That goes a bit wide, partially deflected by the goaltender. Back in front, oh, bit of a stick trip there by Moses, taking the player and the stick away. But again, the referee, massive hit there by Brown.
Yeah,
getting
Sean
the
Brown.
elbow up on the Admiral player there. That was a huge hit right in front of us. We will get the Rocks quick action live replay here. This could be the hit of the game. Oh my, does he ever finish him off?
Yeah.
Little bit high.
Yeah, that's just no question about this. He was looking to hit him hard, so he kind of lifted from the legs and targeted and hit
Principal
too
point
high.
of contact, possibly at the head, because he just turned and then seen him coming. That is a very, very vulnerable position to be in.
Yeah.
But, man, hockey, certainly a very fast game. But they might be discussing here if that could be a 5 or, a major penalty.
Yeah, I can't see this staying at 2 minutes. To a degree, I hope I'm wrong, but I think Mr. Brown may have seen the last of the second period and maybe more. We'll see how this gets adjudicated by the Zebras. And they're looking at the criteria under which they need to discipline.
Assess, yeah, absolutely. If that is the case, then he might get the gate for the second to sit down, because that is a major penalty in most people's eyes if you are an official.
Yeah,
and not the right time to do it either. Like this, the Red Devils just scored.
No, it's a mistake in the sense that he's trying to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling that momentum and that adrenaline.
Yeah, and they're thinking this will turn it around. I'll make a play, and he just comes up high. If he hits the core of the body there, that's a good body
hit,
check.
good solid. All you need
we're
is the
still
shoulder.
playing.
Yeah, that's it. And it's game on, right?
Yeah.
Not 2 minutes in the box. Looks like it's going to stay 2 minutes.
Yeah,
a bit surprising, but that
is surprising.
That's a good break there for the Devils. Hopefully the player is all right as well.
Yeah,
he
that
took
was
a massive
Taylor.
hit to the head.
That was Ben Taylor that took that one.
So this is a very potent power play the Admirals have as Ellis. He sets up there with Hayward Jones up to Daigle. Back to Jones. Doesn't get on his stick cleanly. Ellis goes back to Daigle at the top. He skates to the middle. Keeps it out of the reach of Sisho. Good attacking forecheck on the penalty kill from the Devils.
Aggressive to come out to the blue line like that.
And the Devils will be very, very well familiar with setting up at a small rink as Sisho manages to get, that's Perver getting a stick on him. Doesn't get called. Partial break too. And Tappet sends it back down.
Now Perver gets off the ice as a reward there, but great back checking for him to kill a lot of time there.
Nifty move there by Roddy Smith. Goes in between the legs of Tappan. Gets a shot on, but a good save on the pad by Reason. Pass in front, out of the reach of Ellis, and that should go all the way down, and it does. No icing. Penalty has 49 seconds remaining as Daigle stays on.
Yeah, with one glaring exception, the Red Devils have been doing the little things right this period, and it's been showing. So we'll see how this continues. Shot, and then just as I say that.
Wow, little things, and that is a big thing there by Justin Daigle. He comes in over the line, takes a wrist shot, goes right into that top corner over the top of the blocker of Daniel Reason. So you see on the replay, Daigle's coming 1-on-4 here, shoots, and it goes just above the pad, below the blocker. Well-placed shot by the captain.
Yep.
And that goes to another 3-goal. And Reason's night is done, folks. He has now just been given the hook. In comes Niall Fanning, wearing number 52 for the Red Devils. What a change there.
I think this is, if I'm honest about it, I think this is well-deserved given the fact that Reason just missed a 1-on-3 with every bit to see that puck all the way in. If the Devils are going to hold on to a chance at this game, they need to make a change now.
So pull him early and just get him, settled and get on with it. Yeah,
yep.
Right. Let's see how that proves fades for them here in this game. As Admirals, Sestrone on the back end, centering and pass. And early touch there. That's 2 saves straight away for Fanning on his blocker. So tested very quickly. McLeish over to Regan. Sporting a new number this year, wearing number 18. McLeish intercepts that off Nichols. 2 defenders come together. And Brown sends it up ice to Nichols. Playing it as a forward here. In he goes. Shot. And that's a good save there off a Nichols wrist shot. Looked a little bit deceptive because he didn't get all of it, but it was a good placement shot. Trying to go just above the pad underneath the glove.
Yeah, he's looking for accuracy there. We can go back to the goal for just a minute. That is we'll watch Nichols take that shot here. Smart shot. Interesting. Bialik goes for the stick save on that, especially where it was
so
positioned.
Far away, yeah. Top opportunity here from the face-off. Point shot by Josh Lowe. Tipped in front by Orr. A very nice redirect onto Bialik, but he's there to make that save.
Yeah, and another good save by Bialik. That any save's a good save if it comes right down to it. But the Devils with a couple of good shots right away as obviously the power play expired when the goal was scored. Shot and a goal.
Wow, always talk of goals, and then there's another one. The Red Devils score here, cutting the lead in half. Shot from the point. Again, what a game. You could be right in your prediction with a high-scoring game. The Rock live replay, here it is. Shot from the point. That puck just cleanly beats Bialik on the glove side. Maybe a bit of traffic, but man, here we go, folks. 4-2. Your Red Devils supporters, if you are one, man, you got to like that from the point. That's good quality play. 4-2. Second period. 14 minutes to go, and back on it again. Backhand in front, Brown up top. Admirals, they are in a bit of scramble mode here. They are fighting the puck and also the opposition. Pass in front, Eden on the backhand. Saved by Bialik. Tappin from the point, goes all the way across the ice. Shot, wrist shot, and that's saved. Delmore testing Bialik again. And not out of it. Here they are, Devils pressuring, which could be a bit of a line mismatch here. You got Quigley, Taylor, and Moses playing up against the Devils' top line. But they managed to clear. They send it down, but it could be an icing call. No, it doesn't reach the red line. So Lowe gets it on the sidewall. He passes up the middle to Perver. Perver on the backhand. Backhand shot up, save.
Bialik, I don't know if you saw that. If you're closely looking at his eyeballs, he shuffled and lifted his arms. He was not sure about that one.
Didn't have that puck under total control at all, but again, a positional save. As you see on the replay here, that backhand comes up in a hurry.
Yep.
It kind of catches him up around that mask, but he manages to come across the glove to secure that puck.
Yeah, and I think Bialik's a little on the younger side. I think that they're trying to shoot high on him to kind of mess with him for the moment, and so far it looks like it's been effective. Just playing the puck close to the crossbar as they can.
Yeah, born in 2003, so he's only 20 years old. So he's a young man, and good to see him getting the start. A lot of good young goalkeepers coming through the ranks all across New Zealand.
And that's the first game of the year does allow for a little bit of flexibility in who you put out there. And with Chaba not in the goal, the Red Devils are looking to take advantage here.
Yeah, scoreline currently. Is it shot off the post by Perver. He had him beat. That puck was put great placement, but the Admirals coming right back the other way as that shot rang off that crossbar and post. What a play. And in front, another shot by Ellis. That doesn't get through cleanly. Players battle. Dago puts it back in front. Doesn't get cleanly through. Hayward Jones with a wrist shot. Again, blocked on the way in. Ellis, that tries to get through. Doesn't.
Yeah, Niall Fanning with a very good positional save there. He was right up against the pipe, so not much room for that puck to get through, and it mattered there.
Ellis has the pass over from Sestroni. Players come together in the corners. And Brown gets it up the wall as Regan pinches down low. Gives it to Sestroni, looking in front to Ellis. Ellis takes a snapshot from the point, too high off the glass. Henry pinches in. Can't hold on. And Harry Lowe does well. Chips it in. Tries to get it past McLeish. He gloves that down. Up to Vesper, streaking away as Sestroni by himself. And the whistle goes for the offside as Sestroni was by himself.
It was a good choice to try to jump that line because there was nothing saving him other than that offsides. The Red Devils were caught. I think it was, in this case, I'm not positive. I'm not going to blame him, but Harry Lowe was heading towards the bench, and I don't think he was sure whether he was supposed to come off or not. Caused this short delay, and Sestrone almost took advantage of it.
Yeah, and you mentioned that earlier in our broadcast about line changes in the second period by the opposition team that's visiting. They have to be aware of the longer change and how that can cost them if they are not in a good position to make the appropriate change. Alex Regan there trying to get it around his man. And Sestroni up to Henry. Henry on the right side into Vesper in the middle. Goes 1-on-2. Takes a big hit by Lowe as they come together in the mid-ice.
Yeah, Vesper with his eyes down on that one, and he got caught.
Yeah, cutting across the middle with your head down is not a good recipe there.
Yeah, that's an offsides call if I'm not mistaken. Not an icing, but because of where that was and because it was a shot.
Okay, because the pass was meant, it happened actually before as we see the replay, and both players come alive. Lowe takes it right to Vesper as he tried to cut in. So maybe he'll be thinking twice about cutting in. Next time he may go to the outside.
Yeah, and I take it back. I do believe they did call it icing, or it was an intentional offside, one or the other, but it went to the other side.
Yeah, the puck was passed before the red line, so that will bring it back, regardless, I guess, if there was a touch or not.
Yep.
Or offside, to be fair. Devils do win the face-off, but that puck shot not getting through cleanly. So Chamberlain back the other way with speed, looking for Ollie Hay. And that's intercepted nicely there by number 11, George Hopkins.
Yeah, Hopkins missed a little bit of a give pass. It made the it allowed the Admirals to come in quickly. Another big hit there. And that's what's kind of caused all of this possession here. But Hopkins doing his best to make up for it and get it out of the zone. It's just kind of being held by Hay again.
Shot here by Chamberlain. Good save by Fanning as he's battling an errant stick that's been dropped in the corner. Now picked up. Pass in front. Deflected away by number 11, Hopkins.
Yeah, it's pretty clear the Admirals' plan is that when they're trying to dump and chase, get to the corner, and then ring it out of the corner whenever they can into the slot for center and get a positional shot off. But Fanning doing a great job to start with. I think he's got 7 saves already.
Yeah, already coming in relief of reason when they got down to that 4-1-ish stage, maybe 4-2. And look at the stretch pass here by the Admirals. In alone is Rooney getting a shot. Possibly had a lot more time and space to come in, but Fanning coming out to make that save.
Yeah, Fanning winning that battle, and that goes into the insulation, I think, on that.
Yeah, what do we call that? This is the most unusual-looking roofing I've ever seen at an ice rink.
We'll call it industrial. Let's go with that.
It looks like, you know what it looks like? It kind of reminds me of when you have the rain, you want to protect your backpacks or your bags, and you have those blue tarpaulins.
Oh, yeah.
Except they're silver.
Yep.
That's exactly what the roofing at this barn looks like. And to be honest, it kind of looks like it's from maybe the 70s.
Yeah,
it may have been when they put it in.
Big win in getting it out of the zone there. That was Brown, who is out of the box and out of the bad graces of the referees. He's back on the ice.
So we're on 9 minutes 20 in the second period of play. The West Auckland Admirals have they have 4 goals, and they are up by 2 against the Canterbury Red Devils in this opening NZIHL competition game. And Red Devils looking to come back in. Oh, he's met with a good hit there by one of the Stephen boys. And the Admirals do clear. Tappan. That's Luke Tappan.
Yeah, Hayden Gould needs to get a little deeper there, go up the sides as opposed to trying to rush that that central area.
Yeah,
because the Admirals are sitting there just concentrated right in the middle, trying to shut all that down.
Defensive positioning is very important as well to get that offense. So if you stay a little deeper, you're going to get that O-zone time. When you get the puck, the O-zone can actually, your O-time can start in your own zone if they manage to hold on to it and be in good position. And Smith gets it taken away by Eden, who's in a good spot. Has a 3-on-2 shaping here. He likes to shoot. Blockered away by Bialik. Maybe he did not see his other 2 men as it's 2-on-2 the other way. Ellis flicks it towards Fanning, looking to get a soft wrister, maybe a rebound play as players going end to end.
Yeah, converging on Fanning in that case, but Fanning was wise to choose to smash his glove on top of it. But going the other way, you're right. Eden's he has to be shoot first. He is that weapon. But his players were also on the same side of the ice, so it's hard to pass in that situation.
But also
he got something out of it.
Yeah, he did. Getting a shot on compared to not getting a shot on is way better, of course. But that positional blocker save put the puck out of the zone, and they were away.
Yeah, and because the 3 were on the side,
that's it. You've lost that 3-on-2 advantage. So you take the shot, you get it, but then it's back the other way, and you give up that 2-on-2.
I think that's a lot of coach talk we're just doing there. That's kind of scary.
Well, there you are. That's our job here. We are commentating the action as we see it. That's that beauty that we get in this position. And we are amateurs, and we do try our best. 2-on-2 again. Flynn Hayward-Jones, a D on D. He holds on, sends it to the middle. Deflected away, but not out of it yet. Smith back into the middle. Oh, and that's read by Mason Rees. Deflected away. Canterbury doing well to get sticks on pucks coming in towards that danger area of the high slot, not allowing entry from the Admirals. Here's Scott Henry, over to Vesper. And they come up the other way. That's Leppard giving it up to Eden. Eden breaking through, gets a wrist shot on, and saved by Bialik. He had to be in a good spot there to make that save. Another shot coming in.
Oh,
and that's a goal by Eden, redirecting it in. What a play as he touches that in. Red Devils score, making it a 1-goal game, 4-3. Wow.
Yeah, and that's where Eden is so important to the Red Devils. Not only is he just such an adept scorer, but in this case, you have a 2-on-3 where he takes it up and gets a shot, drags everybody in, but the defense was able to change and get that line change while the Admirals were still soaked in and pulled all the way back to the goal. That puck comes out to the point, gets shot in, and the redirect, as the Admirals are getting reset, Eden's there to knock it home for the third
that's
goal.
That's an exceptional body balance goal as well, because he has Daigle draped on top of him, and to gain body position on Daigle is a hard thing to do, and put the puck, you put your stick on that puck to deflect it in the net. What a deft touch there. Eden showing his class skill, and that gets this game into a 4-3 game. 7 goals. We are one away from your 8 to 9 goal spread that you've given the audience to fathom.
I'll tell you what, the funny part was I was trying to be conservative with that statement too. So
we're already
I know
7 and it's 6 minutes 45 in the second period.
5 goals in 13 minutes this period. So we'll see how this continues on. But the change for Fanning and the Red Devils making some defensive changes all paid off thus far in the second.
That certainly has benefited the Red Devils. When it's been that 4-1, 4-2 game, it's now 4-3 with Fanning in the net.
NZIHL doing a good job holding on to it for a while. Brown with it out at neutral but turned over, and Sistrone's walking this one in. Another good save by Fanning.
And Sistrone has got a very good hard shot. Very, maybe not super accurate, but accurate enough to hit that net, and he got it on net there, but it was well read by Fanning, as you see here on this replay by the Rock. He gets all of it.
Yep.
Leans on it.
And it's an easy save for Fanning that he sees it most of the way in, gloves it. Good choice. But it's an opportunity.
No rebound, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't give out any rebound.
Yep. It's an opportunity stopped by Fanning with that choice.
And Chamberlain here puts it in front. That's taken away by Nichols, but they're on it again, Admirals. In front, shot, saved by Fanning, still loose. Oh, Rooney got a backhand on it, but it was deflected away by Hodge. Someone gets decked in front, shot, and that's a save by Fanning. Whistle goes, referee's got his arm
Brown
up.
again.
Interference in front of the net. Brown going back to the penalty box. You can't be pleased with that, as you see here.
So it's on Hay. So what ended up happening, let's see.
This is that replay with Rooney trying to get that shot on.
Yeah, so he cross-checks Hay, not hard enough to get the cross-check call, but he gets interference because he's right out in front. What's happening is the Admirals are doing a good job of getting somebody in front of the goal, and I think he'd had enough of it. Brown was tired of that traffic in front of the goaltender, and he's not wrong because they
they put the wrong player in the box. Sorry, Matt.
They tried to
Hayden
get
Bull went in. They got the right player now.
They did. So, Brown goes off for the interference with 2 minutes, but that has been the winning strategy thus far for the Admirals. Get it in towards the corner, pound it out to the slot, and have somebody there ready for a rebound and a shot.
Because they've got those good shooters.
Yep.
So they've got another chance here to go on the attack on the power play, as this game is 4-3 right now. Admirals got a man advantage with Brown in the box for 2 or less.
Yeah, that was a kick save by Fanning there off Smith, but that's the only shot that they've had thus far. And the Admirals continuing to try to rotate around, but the Devils, their their penalty kill is very aggressive in how stretched out their box is right now. The 2x2 reaching all the way past the dot here.
Which does sometimes open things up. I was just about to say, open up that cross seam pass, which they did beautifully there as Smith passed across, and one time, boom, that's a goal. Power play to the Admirals is successful. They make it a 5-3 game. As you see, Riley Smith feathers it over, saucer pass, and down below that side is Ellis, who one-times that pass by Smith straight into the net.
Yeah, and Fanning can't do much about that because of how that's coming across.
That's at pace.
And it does need to be stopped. That puck cannot cross center line in order to get
sticks in
across.
lanes. If that box is tighter and it collapses, like you mentioned, they're playing aggressive with those two up high.
Yep.
That's going to open up that middle area, and Marty Smith just took advantage of that, and they score.
That icing was called off there by a good skate by Anton Perver.
So Regan up the middle to Vesper. Vesper 2-on-2 shaping up to Scott Henry. He takes a wrist shot, blockered away by Fanning. Perver up off the boards, doesn't get out of the zone. Tapping. Sorry, that's
Hopkins having a heck of a time getting that on his stick.
just being a bit awkward there, but does get it up to his winger and does get it out of the zone. Saisho there to clear out of danger, as it is constant here at the break. Leppard seeing, and he gets taken down hard by Rooney again in front of the referee. Just allowing things to go. And that could be a goal here, folks. No, it is stopped and gloved away by the defender, Ollie Hay.
Yeah,
wow.
let's take a look at this. I'm not sure if it wasn't sitting on top of the goal, but that's an awkward one.
This comes real close to going in, folks. Where is it?
Yeah.
It's batted away by Hay. That puck was real close to going over the line, or put it close, but didn't get over the line. Wow. Again, we are up to 8 goals in the second period, Matt, and that could have been, possibly should have been, another one.
Yeah, and actually, again, they're trying to shoot it high and get onto Bialik from any possible point to get it up near his ears somehow. But it's working. They just need to get more of it. And right now, the Admirals are kind of bossing possession, and that's what's led to stretching this back out to a 2-goal lead. That, along with 2 Brown penalties.
Yeah, that has not helped. So that's a bit of a discipline issue by one man on that team. So it has been costly to the team for those Red Devil players. So let's see again. That's power plays. If you look at the score sheet, that's 2 power play goals in this period. 3 overall.
3 overall, yeah.
3 overall.
Oh, no, actually,
2
I
by
take that
the
back.
Admirals.
It was not during a power play in the first goal, so it was 2 power play goals for the Admirals. It was just kind of an extended possession, but it felt like it was a power play goal. But, 2 for the Admirals already, and that's the difference in the game.
So we are down to 3 minutes, 31 seconds in the second period. NZIHL ice hockey action coming your way in a live stream broadcast out of Tamaki Makaurau, Aotearoa. And Chamberlain puts it in the zone. Nichols clears. No, he doesn't. It goes right to Ollie Hay. Drops it.
Not sure why Hay didn't try to shoot that puck.
Yeah, he had lots of time and space, but elects to pass. Maybe it's that fitting in with the new lineup.
Could be.
Trying to, fit in by being a pass-first guy. Shot there, and that's on to Bialik with a good pad save.
And Harry Lowe doing a good job of holding on to that puck and getting it out to teammates. Good shift by him there.
And that forces the Admirals to ice the puck, and that puts them all the way back into their zone as Red Devils will change up, probably going to their top unit, and yes, they are. And Eden, Orr, and Delamore step back out onto the ice.
Yeah, the Admirals still have a pretty good lineup themselves out there, but getting a chance to get the fresh legs out there to finish off this period, probably 2 more shifts for these guys, and they would really like to get one of them back so that they can make some headway into the third period.
So Admirals get control after the faceoff. Pass nicely up the wall to Rooney. Rooney 1-on-3, goes to the backhand, forehand, poke check by Fanning, but the puck is still there. And he does collect it and cover it for a whistle and a faceoff to his right. So that was quite a nice positional play there by the Admirals in terms of breaking out of their own zone. They've done that relatively cleanly. Puck gets in behind, and that really stretches the defenders of the other team. And that puck does come in close, but close is not over the line. It's got to fully cross to be a goal.
Yeah, Fanning doing a good. I thought it was a good choice to have that poke check there, but better safe than sorry as far as he's concerned. Get it out of the way, but the Admirals doing a good job of entering the zone.
Coming back the other way, and a goal by Quigley. Again, almost out of nothing, taking this game to 6-3. That puck squirts through past Fanning, just as you compliment him. Unfortunately, gets another one behind him. Oh, the first one behind him in this game. Second one, sorry.
Second one.
And that's Quigley with a low shot, possibly 5-hole.
Yeah, Quigley getting the opportunity, but the goal, the problem with the goal, if you're on the defensive side of things, is that the Admirals were able to jump the blue line. And what that means is that they're the players that are kind of matched up against them that need to take them in the defensive zone were a step behind in neutral ice, and they didn't catch up. That gives an easy, clear run for the offense, and in this case, gets one past Fanning.
Yeah, so that's up to 9 goals, Matt, in the second period, the last 2 minutes of this period. We're already at 9 in this game, so another 22 minutes to play.
Yep. I don't like to say I told you so, but here we are.
Well, no, you definitely did. I can happily say that. Well, not happily, but it's something that's streaking in and behind everyone is Hart. Breakaway, and that's deflected away by a diving play by Mason Reese to possibly save a goal.
And the difference in that, they got back and they could make contact with that streaking player. That's the difference between a goal and not a goal there.
Yeah, so if he doesn't reach him, then that's an open opportunity, one unknown to the goalie.
Much higher percentage if he doesn't get there, if he gets there or he doesn't get there. It's a big difference. Maybe 20 to 60% difference on that.
As Ellis gets it here, he goes right into the referee. As he earlier indicated, there was a dive. There's no dive on that play. There was definitely contact.
There was contact.
And he felt it.
Yep.
So the referee's not immune to contact themselves. They do get patted up, or at least they should.
Well, he's definitely wiping the snow off of his padded backside for that one.
So it's a last minute to play in the second period here.
It's a tough job. All the credit in the world to the Zebras, but yeah, it's not easy.
No, as there's a shot there, high riser by Daig, misses the net. Still on it again, gets this pass from Sestrone on the backhand. Drops it for McLeish. McLeish likes to shoot it. Oh, goes close to the blocker backhand, and it's saved. Puck is loose there. They battle for it. Chamberlain takes a hit. Excuse me, Sestrone, and he goes down.
It almost looked like a power play for a moment there. The Fanning moving across, another good move by him. He's kind of showing his skill set, but yeah, he's got to stop some of those a little bit more than they are thus far. As 3 goals going into the third period, and another chance here for Rooney. It's looking dangerous.
Oh, that actually was gloved by Tappan, and it did go behind the net. Didn't go in towards the goal. Luckily, as the last couple of seconds here, they get a shot off. Eden quickly getting one in before that buzzer goes. And that will do it for the second period of play. So after 40 minutes in the books, Matt, West Auckland Admirals got 6. Canterbury Red Devils have 3.
Yep. The second period, you know, it was looking good right at the goalie change, right? So the we're going to see 6-3 is the score here, but if we look at what it was from the goalie change, 4-1, it's an even game. It's 2-2. You can look at it in a number of ways. The Admirals won the second period 4-3. It's no matter how you cut it, it's a 3-goal lead, and the Red Devils need to get some offense going very quickly, or this one's going to get out of hand.
Well, it is a 3-goal game, but that was at that 4-1 period when they elected to pull the goaltender. That 4-1 lead is still a 3-goal lead that is currently on the scoreboard. So Admirals got 6. Yep, they scored on the power play. They scored even strength.
Yep.
Discipline is an issue there with Canterbury maybe taking that penalty that led to that 4th goal. Oh, sorry, the 5th goal for the Admirals.
Yeah, it looks like it's almost wanting it too much in a way. Maybe we can attribute it individually, but at the same time, it's still a team approach, and they need to do better on their special teams. Honestly, you can't give up 2 goals on 3 power plays. You can't keep that pace up throughout the season, no matter what.
Oh, that's true. And what they were working on and doing really well, as you said, was the penalty killers were aggressively pushing the Admirals away to the sides.
Yes.
However, all that aggressiveness opened up that middle passing lane, and Riley Smith saw that, passed across, one-time shot by Ellis. That put that 4-3 game to a 5-3. So then the Admirals scored again, making it a 3-goal. So that every time that the Red Devils are getting close here, they just get a little bit further back when the Admirals counter. Yeah, it just seems that way.
Yeah, and it feels like the tactics are kind of back and forth as they make adjustments. The teams are making counter adjustments and getting more opportunities, and that's just clearly what's happened here. But like you said, the aggressiveness on the power play by the Admirals trying to move it from side to side. They knew exactly what was happening. As soon as you expand horizontally in the penalty kill, then what you end up doing is you're almost daring the offense to make a cross ice pass.
Yeah.
And when they finally did that, it was deadly.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to decide whether they're going to pack in and kind of compress a little bit more and leave it to the goalie and accept those shots and try to counter, or if they're going to kind of approach their tactics as being a bit more aggressive in countering those cross ice passes.
Yeah, exactly, and then hopefully stay out of the penalty box.
Yeah,
so there you go, because that leads to the less men on the ice, and that's this odd man situation. They got to play shorthanded. So.
Yeah, and I don't think the Red Devils have been on the power play today.
That's true. Let's have a look there. I don't think. Oh, they hit it at the very start of the game.
Right. At the very start of the game, that was
within 15 seconds.
So
there you go. As you can hear, we're passionate about this game. You can see it. Hopefully this broadcast is coming to you wherever you are in the world. We do like to thank you for your viewing pleasure. Stick around. There is a lot more to come. Third period action. I was going to say 20 minutes of play. So Kakite for now. We'll see you in the third.
Thanks, guys.
Kia ora whanau, ko Ian toko inoa. Welcome back to this live stream NZIHL broadcast. I'm Ian Wanamaker alongside Matt Chavez. We're delivering you this NZIHL action between the West Auckland Admirals and the Canterbury Red Devils. Currently, it has got 9 goals in this game, Matt. This is something to start the season. If we start the season after 2 periods of play, 9 goals in every single game, I don't know. Do the math. That's an awful lot of goals in a very short period of time. Great viewing pleasure if you're a fan or a new fan of the game. We got 20 minutes or less or more if we get to overtime. Who knows what's going to happen here?
I know. I think the only people upset are the goaltenders union. But, yeah, it's been quite an offensive showing so far. Not terribly surprising given it's the first game of the year and the goaltenders that are in the nets. But sometimes these teams come out a little bit rusty. And I think the game last week for the Admirals against the Mako, that's a big deal in a sense. I mean, it's almost like a true preseason game, and they've come out here without the rust.
Yeah,
and
well
done
conditioned.
really
yeah,
well.
That's true. I don't know how it operates entirely in the South Island for the teams getting ready for the NZIHL season. I mean, like if it was Canterbury, they'd either have to travel all the way down to Queenstown or even as far as Dunedin. Like that's a big trek and a lot to ask of some of these players as well. This is amateur sport. They're paying to play this game, some of them, unless they got sponsorship.
Right.
But they may not have had the same level of preparation to start these games, and they're straight into it right away.
Yeah, and this one counts, whereas the one last week didn't for the Admirals. And I dare say it's, you know, you kind of see 3 goals for the Red Devils in the second period. Okay, they're starting to figure things out. They're starting to gel together as a team. And no matter how the result shakes out today, we've seen some good things out of the Devils. But the Admirals are in mid-season form already.
Yeah, that's it.
And there is every reason to look at them and say, that's why they finished top of the table in the regular season last year.
That's it. And these games, it's, you know, a home and away series, right, against each club. So you got 16 total games.
Yep.
So the value on every single game is there and evident. So we're back into it. Third period action here. Red Devils against the West Auckland Admirals, playing out of the Paradise Avondale, also known as the Brig by the West Auckland faithful here. And a shot from the point, saved by Fanning, and they score again. Hart right on the doorstep, uncontested. 7-3 here, Matt.
Yeah, that was a situation where you have not one, but this time 2 players right in the slot and a defender that didn't know which one to take. And by the time the rebound happened, there's
in
nothing
the back
to
of the
do.
net. Yeah, he's by himself. That rebound's there from, like, Niles got a great shot at him, and he makes the save, but no one's clearing the front of the net, and he had a rebound.
Yeah, there's not much you can do. I mean, if you're asking the goaltender no rebounds, it's a tough ask. To keep doing that over and over again.
Especially when there's quality shots coming at you and hard and fast.
Yep.
You need a little bit of reliability on your defenders. All right, let's regroup here. Come on, Canterbury. Let's see what you got. You got to get back in this game here. They're down by 4 now. As they announce Hart's goal. So Ellis up to Smith. Over to Daigle in behind the net.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the Red Devil, that's a trip right up. That's just
straight on the hands. And
yeah, there's nothing you can do about the.
Harry Lowe gets it onto Daigle's hands. Yeah, that's going to get called.
I was going to say, giving up the early goal in the period, the Devils have, over the last several years, have had a tendency to do one of 2 things. They either take a penalty, which is what you saw there, because they're trying to be aggressive and get back out there and do something, or they get too physical and they start throwing their body around.
The response, yeah.
The response, yeah. So it's almost a responsibility response out of the defensive side of things. And they may take a bad penalty on hits or whatever, but in general, trying to overdo it, just coming right back.
It's often that's the case, when you try that extra bit or do things a little bit under that stress, your performance is not at its peak. And sometimes when you're a bit more relaxed and feeling the flow of the game, then you're able to get in that peak performance. And this is where you need that high level.
You had a good first shift out of the PK here.
So yes, Admirals are on the power play. Regan takes a wrist shot from the point, and Fanning does well to see through the bodies there with McLeish and his massive beard in front with, who's that? Willis, who's a tall man himself, standing there blocking the view.
Take a look at the replay here. Just take a look at where McLeish is, number 14. He's just right there.
Standing in front, taking away the eyes.
And before he can get pushed out of where he should be positionally, again, if Fanning gives up a rebound, that's a goal.
Hayward Jones with a shot, not cleanly through. That's blocked away. And again, forced to make another save off Hart. Fanning had to block her down, and that puck goes up into the meshing, and into the mesh, I should say, and that will be a face-off.
Yeah, 7 to go. That first shift was a pretty good one. This one's, the Admirals are kind of getting the best of it, but they haven't been able to get a good shot off in this power play as of yet. 4 shots already this period, though, officially on goal.
Yeah, again, like just based on percentages, if you take a lot of shots, at least one of them over that period of time is going to go. And you just can't sustain that over the course of 60 minutes. It's just always on. Again, it could be down to quality of shots, not necessarily quantity, but if you're facing all that rubber all the time, you're just forced to be in that defensive mode a lot, depending on what type of goalie you are.
Yep. That one kind of caught Fanning behind. He went for the glove, and it fluttered away behind him. Luckily not on net.
And Dallimore sends it down, and gloved away into the corner by Bialik. A little bit awkward.
It's just for a change, really, for the Devils to make sure that they've got fresh legs.
Oh, I was thinking he's going to try and pad his save percentage by reaching for the glove. And the Devils do send it down. 17 seconds remaining in their penalty to Harry Lowe. And Chamberlain, he comes up. Gets past the red line, dumps it in. Skates well, nicely smoothed down to it. Backhands it in front, innocently, up to Taylor Kennedy. Taylor, wrist shot from the point. High riser, and that's gloved well by Niall Fanning.
Devils were looking to get some sort of a jump on that one. They had Perver and Eden out there trying to get a counteroffensive. Didn't work out that time, but you can tell they're going to try to be aggressive here for at least the next few minutes to try to make something of this game.
And Ollie Hay with a face-off win back to Taylor Kennedy. Wrist shot doesn't get cleanly through. Red Devils send it up through Sysho's legs, and Taylor Kennedy gets possession. He goes up off the boards. Bit of chip and chase happening. Forcing number 11 there. He gets hit. That's Hopkins from the back. He takes his man down. I'm not sure if he needed his skate sharpens in between the periods, but Hopkins is looking a little bit, his skates are not standing. And that door's popped open again. So again, that's twice in one game, Matt, that this West Auckland rink may need a little addressing, maybe some CRC on the board, or maybe not CRC, that'll make it worse.
The last thing
I was going to say, it's got to be tightened up, not loosened up.
Yeah,
because it keeps popping open.
Yeah, I don't think there's any precedent necessarily for a delay of game here because of it, but Perver asking for them to fix it, and can't say I blame him. Now Hopkins with it again, and see if he handles that cleanly. Not the best of passes. That's going to go for an icing, but at least in that case, clearly gets it out and gets it away from danger.
Yeah, just going back to that boards thing, Matt, with the safety aspect. I mean, every rink is different in the country, and if I'm a player and playing in this rink, I like the fact that there's some give to the boards, but not necessarily a give where you're going to have to go through the door into the fans. But like a rink in Canterbury, it is solid. Those boards are they're almost like concrete. And hitting into those, there's no give at all. No, so you have to. That's an adjustment in the game that you have to make based on where and the physical boards that you're playing under and in.
Yeah, the plexiglass will move for you, but
those boards don't move at all.
The boards don't move an inch.
So again, that's just it's a small thing, but hey, all about the small things. Little things can lead to those big plays, and
we've seen a lot of that. We've seen a lot of it just in the dasher and the bounces that have happened here, just coming out and not really cleanly going around the backs. Eden with a shot. That was a glove save and wasn't pinched, so play continues. Orr's got it out to Eden. Eden's got it in the corner. Goes to Lowe. Lowe takes a shot. Lowe shot in, but 5-hole was covered up. Devils hold on to it. Orr's got it in the corner. Back around. Goes behind the cage. And Eden's got a hold of it behind Bialik's net. That goes out to the point. Point shot in, long shot, not on target, hits the board, and it's going to be brought out by Quigley to low. And through neutral ice again, the Devils control, but it's turned over, and back and forth we go in neutral ice as it's swept around, and
both teams made changes. So Red Devils get possession here. Oh, they give it away. So that's the thing. Little bit of giveaway, but they do get it back. They're playing a little bit with uncertainty, and then they get a the high shot. That's safe. Dallimore on the rebound.
I'm really not sure why that wasn't offsides, but we'll continue play there.
And Smith trying to chase it down. Forechecking hard against Josh Lowe.
I'll probably look at the replay on that tonight and say, oh, yeah. But right now, that just looked a little funny. So, and that did stay in. Dallimore kicked it in, keep it in at the blue line there.
And Daigle sends it around the boards, and that should go for an icing. Oh, it is waved off. Last second there, very close to the red line.
I don't think the linesman realized it was Dan Nichols. He was going as fast as he could there.
See, yeah, that's the effort to get the puck, so that has to be considered surely when you are in that position of judgment that the officials are in.
Hybrid icing, right? The guy was going as fast as he could.
Yeah, it is part of that player safety because when you get that close to the dasher board, you want to be protected knowing if there's someone coming at you full speed, you are protected, or at least that there is going to be a call so you don't get plowed into the boards. Too many years you've seen that in the NHL or high-level hockey where it wasn't called. Oh, yeah, that was horrendous.
It was really good to see hybrid icing brought in.
Wrist shot here, saved by Fanning, and a rebound there on Sistrone's backhand. Man, oh man, Fanning.
The big
Fanning
rebound
across
there.
to each side. Like there's big rebounds happening, but he made a great effort to get across.
Yeah, Sistrone's backhand there, you might see this on the replay. He just took the backhand, what he could get off that replay to just get anything at it. But Fanning moving
deceptive.
across.
That was real good because he actually was going the other way.
Yeah. So Fanning gets across and covers that up. That's a really good play to keep it at 7-3. But as we've been talking about.
Keep it at 7-3. Just saying that. It's
I know.
That's a massive scoreline.
It is. But the clock is the enemy of the Red Devils right now.
Yeah.
And they need to start chunking away at this. They need to get a goal
every couple of minutes.
Well, they have to every few minutes on the math. But realistically, in the next 5 minutes, that's a goal. That's 8. Right off the faceoff.
That makes 8. Wow. And that looked like Scott Henry on the wrist shot off the faceoff there. So again, good faceoff win by Vesper. And he just corrals this, puts a wrister on net. I don't know if he couldn't see it or not, but that beats Fanning glove side clean.
Yeah, and the thing was Logan Willis, he's going to be upset with himself. I know he's upset with himself because he smacked his stick against the door. What he's mad about, I think, is that situation where he actually jumped. He left the ice as the puck was coming in, and if it had hit him, it doesn't get there.
So thank you very much for the comments there. Keep them coming in as well. Will we see 10 here? Will the Admirals put up a 10 spot? I mean, there's got to be some kind of TAB odds. Looking fairly likely. I wouldn't want to take that bet, to be honest. But
well,
that's probably going to curse them now that we've asked that question.
It probably will, but at this point, the over is paid. We're done with that part. But yeah, it could happen. Could happen, but I do know that they've only traveled 2 goalies, so I know Fanning's staying out there barring some sort of catastrophe. And let's not talk about that. He's out there for the rest of the game, so hopefully he doesn't give up 2 more. But here we are at the physical portion
heavy
of
hits there. Yeah, Hay took a healthy run at Orr and retaliation back the other way.
I think this is the point in the game where they start to say, okay, well, I'm not really – I think it's getting out of range, and reasonably so, but frustration's coming out.
Yeah, and this is game 1, folks, of the NZIHL season. So if this sets the tone for the rest of the season, please keep watching this season.
Yeah, Dallimore with a good shot, but just everything after that didn't quite go right for the team in red.
So heavy forecheck there by the Admirals. Low under a lot of pressure, and they do give the puck up. Daigle skating it in. Goes around his man, Low. Try to get a centering feed in, and players collide. A lot of just bodies getting spilled onto the ice. Real aggressive play, but it's just continuing.
Yeah, Harry Lowe. I'm surprised. There's been some marginal situations where I thought by now they'd start making some calls, but to the credit of the referee, he's been very consistent with what has and has not been called.
That's right. So again, maybe that's part of the MO of the referees and how they are going to start the season to officiate. There has been a little bit of leeway, but there's been also some calls made that perhaps needed to be made.
There were some calls that had no choice but to be made, but those are the ones that that they serve time for. Aggressive forecheck here by the Red Devils, and that's going to result in some speed coming across the blue line.
As Brown looking aggressive again to try and take Moses' head off, but he ducks out of the way of that attempt, and that puck gets sent over the glass, and we get a stoppage. So here we are, the replay. Hay takes a run at one of the players, and then Aiden throws his weight around in the corner, getting the puck. Two really good, solid, rock-like hits, brought to you by The Rock.
Nice.
Couldn't help it, sorry. And Regan keeps it in at the point shot there, looking for a deflection. And Perver brings it out the other way. Up to his left-handed winger, and that's broken up.
3-on-2.
Will they drop it? Oh, they do drop themselves. That's unfortunate as Hartsey flipped A over Tea Kettle.
I think Andrew Hart realizes that the ice is slippery.
Oh, that's in the skates there as McLeish gave it away. Gets it back, gets hit into him. Surprised it didn't deflect off his beard. But Regan, he gets that and sends it slowly into the Devils' territory.
I'm a little surprised. Mason Reese has had some good ice time. Well, now I know he's had some good ice time. He's done some really good work clearings, but I would have expected to see him out there a little bit more the way he's been playing. So I wonder if that's a conditioning situation or whatnot, but he's played pretty solidly.
Here's Hart. He's going on that 3-on-2, looking to pass to the top high man, and he just, whoop, as you see, and I missed the puck, and down he goes. Hopefully he didn't hit his head.
You know, those feel a lot easier when you're up 5.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I've fallen down. Oh, well, but to his credit, he kept going. Shot there, and another goal by Henry. Is that a hat trick for Henry?
Yeah, that's.
Wow, that takes it to 9-3. Admirals score again.
Yep, and once again, that was a one face-off, a pass, a drag, and a shot. That
almost the same as he scored his last goal.
Yep.
Almost a direct replay. Man, oh man, 9 goals by the Admirals to the 3 of the Red Devils. They are tripling them up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the question for me is there's something strategically wrong about the way that face-off is working for them, because they're still winning face-offs okay, but somehow the puck's not – it's going out to somebody who's wide open too often.
Yeah, and that's hurting them. It really is hurting the Red Devils, because that's the thing in the game that you have control over is face-offs, and what you do after them, that's punishing them here. So, again, adjustments that definitely need to be made for the next game. Well, we got a penalty call.
Yep.
Looks like the Admirals going to the penalty box.
Stevens going for a trip, I think. Yep, that's it. This feels very inconsequential, to be honest. It happened just because there was a kind of a collection of bodies there, and it got the trip. Steven, you can see it here. It'll be just around the backside of the goal, right there.
Oh, I guess a stick and leg caught in underneath him.
Yeah, and it was a good call, but it was just more of a clumsy trip more than anything else, and we'll see what the Devils can do on special teams.
Yeah, because they haven't had a huge amount of special teams besides that initial bit at the very start of the game.
Well, lots of special teams with a man down, but
oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm thinking of them being on the man advantage here.
Yes.
And it's 9 minutes 40 in the third period, and the Admirals get 1 minute 40 of the penalty kill, and they do send it down by Chamberlain, killing off a little bit more time.
And I'm sure Michael's doing a great job here monitoring the room, and I gotta wonder, are they still asking for 10? Yep. Okay, we got the word that we're all on 10 watch, where the Red Devils trying to do everything they can to not get to that double digits.
Well, we've surpassed 10 total goals.
Yeah, we have
already.
Yep.
We're past that count by 2. So Devils setting up in their power play here. Over to Tappan at the top of the point. Shot that's blocked by Hay off his skate.
Bit of a rash shot there by Tappan, but good movement so far.
Eden has it. He curls back up to the blue line. Doesn't pass. It gets in the middle. Shoots. That's off the shin pad of Hay. That's 2 blocks by Hay.
Oh, that was off the
goal
post.
post.
5 hold him.
Shot.
That was, if you can replay that one, Michael, oh my goodness. That one was a seeing eye, got through the 5 hole, hit the post, bounced out, hit the corner, and was one of those. I mean, I would not say tonight that the Red Devils have played better than the Admirals or anything. I mean, nothing like that. But they have had opportunities that haven't gone their way.
Yeah.
And it would at least be a much closer game and with a little bit of luck. And in this case, it just feels like that luck just has evaded them today.
Not in this game, yeah. It's just not there. So we'll see. They've still got, 7 seconds left in this power play. It's evaporating quickly.
That was right out
centering pass to Nichols. Just couldn't deflect it into the net. As we get on to 5-on-5.
That's
Admirals back on from the penalty.
Yep. And surprised that wasn't a high stick from Steven, but
yeah, he flecked underneath the puck high.
Yep.
It went up.
And it was touched.
And it was touched. Yes, that's true.
Anyway,
in front.
We continue on.
Daigle, a 1-on-2 here. Does he get it? He tries to. Hassling from the back of Brown. But Brown does well under pressure to get it away. And both teams go to make changes. And Daigle senses that, stays on. Pass to the middle. Smith with it. Back down to Daigle. Daigle.
Goals off the moorings.
And one of the Admirals is lodged inside of the net. Losing his footing a little bit there was Ellis.
Yeah, here's the shot.
Blocked there. And then it comes through.
And 5 hold in just the perfect spot. There was no room. You ever see those contests where they win like $10,000 shooting a puck from half ice, and there's a hole
just a
about the
space.
side?
Look at where that goes.
That was amazing. And then
where does it hit?
It hits it bounces up off the skate and hits the post.
Wow.
And bounces away.
That's the sort of puck luck that you're talking about.
Yes, it is. That's really what I've seen a lot of in this game so far.
So 7 minutes left. Admirals in the Red Devil zone. Regan curling to the middle. Toe drag shot off the bar.
And a deflection there.
So posts at both ends of the rink. Regan trying to go upstairs, but Fanning holds on. So give us a bit of background here on Fanning and Niall. Sorry, I mispronounced his name earlier because it's spelled Niall.
Yes, it is.
So what is that, an Irish name? It seems Irish of origin, but is he Irish?
He doesn't sound like it when you talk to him. So I will say maybe way back when in the genetics, but at this point, no, pretty Kiwi at this point. And Niall's actually done some broadcasts with me early on when he was 3rd or 4th and not playing, not suiting up. He's actually done color commentary with me. He's a really high IQ player.
Well,
especially for his age.
Goalies, that's it. They see the game the most, and they're on the longest. So I got to hit. The goalies do well in the commentary box. We had Matt Kennedy doing one of the Mako games, and just a natural, absolute natural. Big hit there.
Solid hit.
Low hits into Sestroni. Both players get up. This just shows you how tough the hockey players are. Kennedy with a wrist shot going high. Rebound shot off the back of the goaltender. Wow.
They're stopping play here. I'm not sure. I think they're having a discussion as to
if the nets come off.
I actually think that hit his head. Yeah,
right.
So they would have stopped play without a scoring opportunity in front.
Another
we'll see it on the replay
rock
here.
hit of the game as Sestroni gets filled in by Lowe.
Yeah, no shortage of effort by in physicality by either team, and it's not slowing down. That's for sure.
So they must be thinking of tomorrow's game and also future games, because besides this one, there will be 3 more between these two teams. Partial break here by Lowe. Gets in behind and hassled and hooked nicely. I guess no call there, though.
I'm dumbfounded. I have no idea how that's not called.
Because that's on the stick, not on the hands. If it was on the hands, maybe it gives it a look. But there's going to be a call here as players with cages go at it.
Let's take a look here at the replay. But that is
It looks like a break. So he's in behind.
Yep.
He's off balance. So he's streaking ahead, going through. He's not quite. He's clear. That's a stick
right
lift.
there.
Oh, on the hand,
Yep.
and then the bit from the back.
Yep. He's lifted from behind. It's. I'm going to leave that one alone. Slash is
Well,
the
you
call.
can make your own your judgment. There are 2 players going to the penalty box at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's from the extracurriculars after the whistle. So that's Ben Steven, number 23 for the Admirals, and it looks like, is that Lachlan Hodge?
Yeah, that's Hodge. So
he doesn't have a nameplate, but he's got that spare jersey, number 33.
Yep. So, yes, should be coinciding, but it looks like they're going to play 4-on-4 here, which, to the delight of those watching with us, increases the odds.
Oh, you're
goals.
thinking of that 10? Yeah, 5 minutes 50. We're getting ever so closer to that 10 spot, but man, oh man, this is something that you don't always see, especially in hockey, but it's something you're seeing more of in the NZIHL with high-scoring games.
Yep. Well, the good part about the slightly higher scoring averages and so forth is that teams aren't out of it for a long time. They can put streaks together, and we've seen it. We saw it happen last year against the West Auckland Admirals. We were down a couple and came right back and got to overtime and won it. So
there's a 3-on-1 here. Oh, and
didn't get through to
stick
Eden.
lift, a stick check there by Daigle that was going right across to Eden.
Really good defense by the Admirals in the slot today.
Yeah.
Of all the places, that's probably the best one to make sure that you're good at, and they've been good.
Yeah, that's that high danger area that you really got to take care of as Moses gets filled in there by Nichols. Actually, Moses did well to try and get away from Nichols to get the puck out in front, but to no avail. And McLeish sends it back down.
Another minute here of 4-on-4 hockey.
And Brown over to Nichols. Nichols looking up ice. He has a player open. Oh, it doesn't reach him. It skips over his stick with Bull in behind the Admirals defenders. He does get it. And that's given back. Moses chips it up here to a streaking Rooney. Rooney toe drags it in. Oh, he doesn't get through. Possibly had room on the outside, but he elected to cut in. Nichols has that kind of slapped away from him by Taylor. So Taylor's still out there. That's good to see after taking that hit to the head. And Regan, he goes up to Quigley. He streaks in with some speed. Doesn't shoot, puts it on net. And that's Alex Regan coming in. Puts it up top. Goes out of the zone, though, to Kennedy. Taylor Kennedy back to Alex Regan. Regan coming in 1-on-2. Goes around the net, wraparound attempt. It goes right in front, doesn't reach anyone. And we are back to 5-on-5. Perver up to Hodge. Doesn't control it out of the box. Perver gets it back, taken away quickly. And Quigley sends it down.
Funny
off the
bounce
boards.
Again.
Oh, wow. Another chance in front as Taylor Kennedy gets the Avondale bounce off the Zamboni doors. Riley Smith comes in, tries to get it through his defender, but that's blocked. And Canterbury Sysho elects to send it down, but the goalie comes out to play it, so no icing. And Mason Kennedy up to Ellis. Ellis skating. Chips it off the boards. Tapping. Over to Lowe. Lowe up the wall to Sysho. Sysho dumps it in on the backhand.
Minor deal here, but Fanning's without a stick at the moment.
Surprisingly, he's not going to get it.
Yeah, I think he's
The
waiting for a
play's in the
stop
other
and play.
end. But he has all the opportunity. I guess that's a good goaltender mentality. Just stays in the net. Doesn't want to leave it open. Probably doesn't want that 10 spot.
Yep.
So Mason Kennedy over to Daigle. Daigle, saucer up the middle. Looking for Riley Smith. And Lowe gets it. That's Josh Lowe over the line. Drops to Harry Lowe. I would imagine that is a relation.
Indeed.
Are they brothers, cousins?
Brothers, I believe.
And that's a high rise wrister again. Nichols throwing it all the way there to Bialik. He just gloves it, puts it down. No whistle, allowing play to continue. Last 2 minutes of this game. Admirals have 40 shots registered and Red Devils 24. Still that errant stick, or not errant, it's just sitting behind the net. And Nichols puts it a little bit closer to Fanning, who goes and picks it up. Daigle up to the boards to Sistrone, doesn't control it. And Daigle, he goes up with Sistrone, 2-on-2. Rolling puck on Daigle. He settles it down. Takes the hit from Brown. Puts it in front. Shot right in front. Sestroni gets high-sticked and taken down. Limbering a little bit, probably a little bit frustrated he didn't score. Good setup by Daigle, and Canterbury clears. Regan, drop pass to Rooney. Rooney shoots. That's blocked by the defenseman. Ooh, hopefully he didn't get that up near his face, as he was in a risky situation. Up to Recleish, over to Regan, one-timer. No, it doesn't go through. And there's going to be another penalty here, possibly to the Admirals. Looks like it will be, and that's Taylor Rooney going off for
interference.
Interference or some kind of unsportsmanlike play. He did hit the stick away from the defender as he went to pick it up, and that's just something you don't normally do. That's just unsportsmanlike, so he goes off for a 2-minute penalty.
That'll finish the afternoon's proceedings for him. Rooney getting to be a spectator like the rest of us here for 1:05. And as the Devils continue to work here, you're starting to see some, again, I'm trying to take some positives from what they've done in the defensive zone, but they are really starting to move the Admirals out to the sideboards, the half boards, when they have the puck, and it's paid off so far because they're getting some isolation in the slot and good defense.
Yep, so they are on the power play here to finish this game off, Matt, and hopefully they do get rewarded for some of their good play here and their discipline. As forced to make another save is Bialik, and the shot off the bar, man, right off that top crossbar. That's got to be at least the third, fourth post crossbar that we've heard, possibly even in this period.
They keep ringing for the Devils, so it'll be interesting tomorrow. I mean, we can talk about tomorrow. This game's over, but the reality is that the Devils are going to need to get some of those breaks. But there's every reason to sit there and say tomorrow could be a completely different situation.
Yeah, you never know how the games shape up. Like, we didn't know how this game was going to start. We start with a penalty, 15 seconds into it. We end up with a game that has just finished 9-3. Final score, West Auckland Admirals get 9 and the Canterbury Red Devils 3. As there was a little bit of, how's your mother, how's your father after the game. Possibly teams trying to send a message to each other that, we're not going to roll over here. We got a lot more hockey to play against you.
Yeah, it's these two teams are they've had to face each other late in the season last year. It meant a lot, and there was some carryover tonight of how much and how important that is. Again, it's the start of the season. It's the first game. Somebody's got to win the first game. Somebody's got to lose the first game. It happens that way. The question is going to be about tomorrow. If tomorrow the Devils come out and have a tough game, that's going to be a tough way to start the season.
Especially if they go 0-2. Yeah,
sure.
You'd rather be 1-1 because at the moment they're 0-1 and Admirals are 1-0. So
yeah, if they can steal any points away from here, it's a win. That's a huge deal, and there's every reason to think that they can do that tomorrow. The Admirals,
they got to reset. They have to reset, don't they? In a 16-game schedule, it's
you have
necessary.
No choice.
No, that's it. It's too short of a year in a season. Like, if you go down 0-2 and an eighth of your season's already done and you've lost 2 games, you're climbing back. You're trying harder, and
So in the interest of the Red Devils, of course we want to see them come back and make this more of a game tomorrow. In the case of the Admirals, don't change a thing, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they're firing on all cylinders.
Yeah,
their offense is working well. Yeah. They're generally very well disciplined, and what I like to see is that the position on the ice is excellent. They are getting to the spots that they need to be, and they're winning pucks because they're where they're supposed to be first. And because of that, they were able to convert a lot of shots into goals today. It happened really well. They chased a goalie. They should feel pretty good about that. And you put up a 9 spot. That's fantastic.
In your very first game of the season.
Yeah.
So, if you're a West Auckland Admirals supporter or fan or anybody watching this, you'd be pleased with the performance from them. Again, always good to take positive out of a performance where it is. And they're going to need to do that reset for tomorrow. Canterbury will come out again, hopefully different team with a different approach, different attitude. And Anatoly Korozov, the coach of the Red Devils, is a fantastic coach. He's very smart. He'll be he'll be knowing what needs to be done, and he'll get his troops organized, I imagine, and get them ready for tomorrow. So again, thank you very much, team, for watching the broadcast that we're very proud to bring to you, and wherever you are in the world. So thank you for your viewing. Stick around for tomorrow. The puck drop will be, I think it's a little bit later. It's at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Live broadcast will start around 10 to 4. So stay tuned to that, and thank you very much, Matt.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me up here. I really appreciate it, and glad the league's doing this. This is it's been phenomenal, and yeah, can't wait for tomorrow. It'll be great.
Excellent. Ka kite ano. See you tomorrow, folks. Ciao.
Kia ora.